Okay guys, so today we are again at Brian Cullen Motors and I'm super excited because 2026s are starting to roll in. So today we are reviewing this 2026 Chevrolet Colorado Trail Boss. I've never driven one of these, so I'm gonna give you guys my first impression drive. Okay, so we're gonna take this for a drive. Now I'm wearing heels, usually M, so I always like to speak on a woman's perspective. Has a nice step to get in. I am in a larger truck on most days, like a Raptor, but I am already pretty in love with this truck because I like the size. It's really compact. It's capable for off-roading. It still can tow. It's got a shorter box, which is totally fine because you can still put stuff in it. So we're gonna take it for a ride, but first impressions, good. This is a entry level, but it still has a lot of amenities. So it does have a 8-way power driver's seat. However, the passenger seat is still manual, but we like the convenience for the driver. Okay, as far as what I can see right now, novice driver with this brand and this car, right? So I'm not overwhelmed, I can say that. So right away, I can see that my auto start stop is right down here. My lane change, lane keep assist is right there, which I like because I am not a fan of that safety feature. I don't like that it pulls me, but I think some people really love it. But I like that it's a lot easier to find. Sometimes it's buried throughout. The steering wheel is really nice. It's leather wrapped. It's gonna be a heated steering wheel. I'm not overwhelmed. And our heated option is literally right at my thumb. We have our radar cruise and all that jazz, and we'll get into it. The only thing I really saw online that people did not love is that your headlights, and I've never come up, is that your, we don't know how to turn it down. Well, folks, it took us 12 seconds and that's decent. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, headlights. Okay, so they are in here, which I've never seen before. So they're not down here like they normally would be, but it's really just right here. So it's always on the screen, no matter what I'm doing on the screen, my headlights are here. And most of the time, you guys are probably just gonna leave it on auto anyway. So that was the only thing that I saw people kind of complaining about. So I'm gonna shut them up because it's literally right there. Okay, gloves are going on because it is freezing and I still haven't set up my mirrors, which are powered and heated and possibly folding. No, I was wrong, they're not folding. Okay, so one thing I already like right away, all brands need to bring this back. I like a true gear shift. It's not the knobs. I don't mind the ones that are up here because it makes you feel like a trucker and it's cool, but I like a true gear shift. Everything's knobs or buttons lately, and you know, I get why they're doing that. I like to actually just kind of rest my hand on it when I drive, and for some reason it just makes me more in tune with the truck. So I like that a lot. So this is a 2.7 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's over 300 horsepower. That's not bad because I drive a 2.5 6-cylinder and I don't have 300 horsepower. So we gotta say thank you to the turbos in this case. It feels bigger than it is. I wasn't expecting that. So I really like the hood. I can see the hood scoops. I can see how far it is. This truck feels considerably bigger than it looks. I feel like I'm sitting a lot higher than I anticipated, and I'm having to like mentally get myself adjusted here, which I was not expecting. I thought I was just gonna rip it. I want my heated seat off. I think it's on. All right, here we go. That was nice and easy to find. There's a Genesis fooling around up there. It's always so funny when people go and test drive 26s and they pop the hood. I don't know what you're looking for, but it's not in there. Okay, my heated seats are off. I'm cooking. You know, guys, I am struggling a little bit, but it's controlled struggle because in that moment, I got really hot. Clearly, I'm dressed for the winter. This car is warming up very fast, and I was able to figure out how to turn off and turn down all my heat features without crashing and getting too frustrated. So that's nice. So user-friendly. I think this truck is on the higher tier in compared to other cars that we've reviewed on the channel. We're in the middle of an intersection, sir. This Ford F-150. There's something about a small truck. Oh, okay. So I am used to a sedan, and I forgot that they are a little more topply. Yeah. Feels like a 4-cylinder, but it's got turbo, so I did pick up speed appropriately. It's not gonna push you into your seat by any means, but that's appropriate speed for this kind of truck. Now, our infotainment screen is 11 inches, actually 11.3, and in front of me, I have this fancy screen for the driver. Right now, it's set on nav, and there are also cameras in here that I'm gonna set up when we pull over that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we can have a camera playing here, or not playing, while we drive, which is a super cool feature, so I'm gonna make sure I actually show you guys that. So one thing I was fiddling around with was the instrument cluster for the driver, and it's just right here. If I press this, which I love this one, just digital speedometer, We have some G-force indicators, things like that. There is quite a lot in here for this kind of truck, but I like that there's options for every type of driver. I personally just need this. First impression driving this truck, it is a very windy day here in Niagara. It's like -6 and wind chills like -17 or something crazy. So it is a very windy day, which when I was selling cars, I loved when my clients would test drive in bad weather, because if you're gonna buy the car, you're gonna encounter bad weather at some point. So if you're truly in the market for a vehicle, drive it on a really shitty day, because you're gonna see how it performs. I'm not nervous at all driving this truck. The wind is definitely pushing us, but we're staying pretty planted. It does have a shorter box in the back. I know with trucks, they can sometimes get squealy in the winter. You just throw some salt back there or whatever. I don't even think this one would be a huge problem because it is a shorter cab. It's just over 5 feet. We have blind spot monitoring. We have front collision mitigation. So we have tons of safety features and tech on this truck. And it has towing capabilities of over 7,000 pounds. So I always like trucks like this because I have a horse and I don't tow her anywhere, but I always think I want to buy a truck just so I can tow her places. But we don't have anywhere to go, but I still want a truck because of her. Imagine if I just showed up somewhere with Pepper in this thing. So cool. Accelerating onto the highway, I definitely could tell it's a 4-cylinder. You can hear that it's a 4-cylinder. Like it's not packing a massive punch. Still over 300 horsepower, but like you can feel it. Like it's like an itch you can't scratch, a 4-cylinder. Like you're almost there. But the saving grace for this truck is it has turbocharged. It does everything I think it's supposed to do. It's not supposed to be the super high powered truck. That's not who it's competing with, right? But it's very capable. There are sheep right there. What? We're turning around. It's very capable for what you would need to throw at a truck like this, right? Like I have some property up north, and a lot of the northern guys have trucks like this that they might maybe tune a little bit, play with the suspension, but it's very capable to have fun off-road. Yo, this is a fun truck. I really like it. No one explained this truck to me. I just looked online like you guys do. So I just put the truck in reverse. We have some options here, which I like. So we can actually change our cameras to the front, to the back, and then along the sides. And then there's our 360 view. Okay, so that's for our towing. Oh, that's for our hitch. So that's amazing. We like this. Yeah, how cool is this? It's like a video game, but I have to remember it's real life. Wow, I feel, oh, that was cool. All right, so apparently you can actually keep that on the whole time, but I'm not gonna fiddle and waste too much time. But there is an option there, so if you guys are in the market for this truck, just have your sales rep show it to you. I got the camera working, which I was super pumped to figure out. This is one of the coolest features on this truck, in my opinion, and you guys can comment if there's anything cooler. I don't know that I've been in any other vehicles recently that have the option to just drive with the camera on the whole time. A lot of people love and hate it. I don't mind it. I don't think I can pay enough attention to it in life for it to bother me too much. In this car, it's not very obvious. Sometimes you're in a vehicle and it's really obvious that it's starting and stopping. So anyway, yeah, I don't mind that with this truck. Makes sense. It's 4x4. It does 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. It still like moves. It's just not going against exotics. And again, I'll keep saying this about this truck. It's not what it's competing against. But I think for what this truck was made to be, they've nailed it. I personally don't have any complaints. So we have dual zone climate control, which is lovely. I don't know if my cameraman is hot, but I am. I'm a sedan gal. I've had the same sedan for like 10 years, hopefully 10 more. But I always wonder what my next vehicle is gonna be. And I think a truck like this would be perfect just because I know I would be ready for anything, even though I don't need it. Like if there's an emergency, I'm gonna go get my horse with my truck. But we already have a truck in our household. But personally, I would be very comfortable having this as a daily. Again, it feels bigger than it is when you're driving it, and that gives me this kind of sense of comfort and safety. Imagine regular gas. So I don't think it's gonna be too hard on the wallet. The gentleman who gave me the keys to this truck, this is actually his demo. And this is a solid demo. Like visibility for the mirrors is perfect. A lot of times that is where I'll have the most of my complaints. And as far as checking my blind spots, there is a blind spot. There is on every car, but it's very small. And I have blind spot monitoring, so it's not really a big concern. But the mirrors are really nice. They're almost more of a rectangular shape, so they go out farther than most vehicles. Visibility-wise and everything, like this truck is solid. Yeah, I don't know if there's much more to talk to you guys about because it's pretty straightforward. There were no surprises or anything I didn't expect. The materials are decent in here. It's an entry-level truck, but it doesn't feel like it's cheap by any means. It drives fantastic. It's very windy again. I can hear the wind pushing us and I could feel it just a little bit on my steering wheel, but I've been in other trucks and SUVs that on a windy day like today, I would be constantly kind of fighting with it. So the Raptor is so big that when I leave our house, it takes me like kind of area that our house is in, like the little like neighborhood, to like get my bearings. One thing you can say about a truck is if it's too big is when you feel uncomfortable driving it and you're like nervous. Even if you're a good driver, like it takes me just a couple seconds to like get my bearings, but this doesn't feel like there's room for error. And what I mean is I could like kind of, you know, sway in my lane and not check somebody out of it, where the Raptor is so big that there's no room for error in your lane. You just have to be there. And I've been in the Raptor before on days like today and I thought I was gonna blow away. So this is much, like this feels a lot better, even though the Raptor is like cool, but it's too big. It's too big sometimes. This is like perfect. Like I could drive this up north. I feel safe in this. The seat's really comfortable. Sometimes trucks, I find the seats are really uncomfortable and really hard. The seat is, you know, it's not a bucket seat, but it's not uncomfortable by any means. I believe it's Evotech, the seating. We are back at Brian Cullen's. I'm gonna give this gentleman his demo back, but all in all, driving 10-10. Like just 10-10. It doesn't feel cheap. That's the biggest thing nowadays with like cars and trucks and stuff like that, is like our entry level is gonna feel cheap, right? And I'm sure there are some that do, but this is not one of them. And it feels good parking. Like I know I'm gonna be inside the lines and stuff like that. Like I like how the tires feel too. All right guys, so overall, I know I said 10-10, but like this is pretty perfect. Like I have no complaints about this truck. I could definitely see myself driving one. If you're in the market, make sure you come to Brian Cullen Motors. This is a demo. I'm sure if this one's sold, they'll have another one. You gotta drive it. And if you've liked this content, you liked what I did today, please let me know in the comments, and of course subscribe, and maybe let me know anything else you'd like to see and I'll do what I can for you.